Hello, everyone. On this podcast episode, I'm going to talk about life and God and infinity. Many people search for knowledge. Many people also would never believe in God because they've been told by scientists, atheists, right, that without evidence, there's not enough evidence to believe in God. There is, but because there's the evidence that they currently have, these people will never accept it. Why? Because they want scientists to have all the evidence. They want scientists to have it all figured out first before they believe in God. They will never truly believe in God because they believe that scientists need to have it all figured out first before they believe in God. But what they don't know is that they're falling for a trap. Scientists will never be able to figure this world out. This world is infinite. Scientists will only be able to understand a finite version of the infinite world. They will never be able to figure all of it out. This world is a world of duality. Finite and infinite are equal and opposites. That's what duality means. A world of equal and opposites. If you find one aspect of life, its equal and opposite will also be possible. If one aspect of life is possible, its equal and opposite is also possible. If one aspect of life is true, its equal and opposite is also true. For example, the human body, right, is one. You are one being. You are one human, right? But because you're one human, the equal and opposite is also true. You're also many. One human being is composed of many cells. And each cell is a human cell. Each cell is considered a human being. It's considered human. Every cell in your body, it's its own living organism. It lives its own life and it dies. It has to eat just like you. It has to do all the necessary things that living things do. Eat, mate, reproduce, and die. It is just like you. It has its own life to live, just like you. Your body is one, yet your body is also many. You have many cells in your body. And each cell is its own life form that functions on its own, that dies on its own. You never notice your cells dying, do you? Yet they die every single day. Yet each cell that dies is you. You are one in many. If one aspect is true, its equal and opposite is also true. You are one being. You're also many beings as well. And you're also moving and not moving at the same time. When you lay down at night, right? You say your body is not moving. But yet, your cells are always moving. They're always doing things. They're always communicating, interacting with each other, sending signals, moving. They're always moving. They never ever stand still. Even when they do stand still, guess what? Your atoms are always vibrating. They're always moving. They never stand still. Do you know what else moves? The planet that you're sitting on, the planet that you're laying on is always moving. The earth is always revolving around the sun, moving at extreme speed around the sun. Yet you don't feel your body move, do you? You don't feel your body move at all. Yet your body is always moving. If one aspect of the world is true, its equal and opposite is also true. All equal and opposites exist simultaneously as one, just like a magnet. A magnet is both positive and negatively. A magnet is both positively and negatively charged. A magnet is both positive and negative. A magnet both attracts and repels, even when you think it doesn't. The earth is both moving and not moving at the same time, even when you think it doesn't. You are both finite and infinite at the same time, even when you think you're not. You are both moving and not moving at the same time, even when you believe you're not. You're both tall and short at the same time, even when you believe you're not. To an ant, you're very tall. To a tree, you're very short. To the world, you're very small. To an atom, you're very large. You're both large and small at the same time. From one perspective, you're in the past. From another perspective, you're in the future. You're both in the past and the future at the same time. This is a world of opposites. This world is infinite and also finite at the same time. You are infinite and also finite at the same time. Just like numbers, when you count numbers, right? You only count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to 10, right? You don't realize that between 0 and 1, there are infinite numbers between 0 and 1. You don't count that infinity. Do you know why you don't count that infinity? It's because our minds can't comprehend infinity. We're stuck. We're stuck seeing the world from a finite point of view. We will always be stuck seeing the world from a finite point of view. Our minds cannot comprehend infinity. That's why we don't think the world is infinite. That's why we don't think the human body is infinite. Just like on planet Earth. When you're sitting on planet Earth, no matter how hard you try, you'll never feel the Earth move. Yet the Earth is always moving. This Earth that you think is standing still is not standing still. It is moving. This Earth, this planet that you think is large, it's not large at all. It is very small. Yet from your perspective, it will always be large. Likewise, this body, the human body that you see, you think it's finite. It's not finite at all. It's infinite. But because our minds can't comprehend infinity, we will only be able to see the world as finite. Because we can only live to like 60 to 100 years. That's the most we can live. How can we comprehend infinity when infinity lasts longer than 100 years? Try counting to infinity. You will count and count until you give up. And that will be the finite end of your infinity. You will only be able to comprehend a finite version of the world. Scientists will only ever be able to understand a finite version of the world. They will never be able to comprehend everything in this world. If you're waiting for scientists to tell you that God exists, to figure out the whole world before you believe in God, you will wait in vain. You will wait till the day you die. And scientists will never be able to figure this world out. Because this world is infinite. And they'll only be able to understand a finite version of this infinite world. The human mind can only comprehend something that's finite. Because we don't live long enough to understand infinity. We just don't. There are infinite numbers between 0 and 1. But nobody counts those numbers. Because no one wants to waste time counting to infinity. We still have to count to 2. We still have to count to 3. We still have to count to 10. If you spend all your time counting the infinities between 0 and 1, when are you going to get to 10? You're not. Because you want to get to 10, you ignore all the infinite numbers between 0 and 1. In order to move on with your day, you ignore infinity. Our minds cannot comprehend infinity. That's why the world appears finite from our perspective. Just like when you're standing on planet Earth, the world will always appear still and non-moving from your perspective. But the moment you leave the planet, that's when you start to realize your mind was playing tricks on you. The world has always been moving. Planet Earth wasn't as large as you think it is. It is very small. Planet Earth isn't as small as you think it is. It is very large. Perspective determines whether the world is large or small. Perspective determines whether the earth is moving and not moving. If you're waiting for scientists to tell you that, God exists, they've searched the whole world, they figured it all out, they found all the evidence, they discovered everything that's there to discover, you wait in vain. Scientists will never figure this world out completely because this world is infinite. The greatest illusion is the finite version of the world. Because when you see the finite version of the world, you automatically assume the world is finite. It's not. The world is infinite. Just like numbers. 0 and 1. They're infinite numbers between 0 and 1. But most people do not know that. Most people only see the finite version of numbers. They don't see the infinite version of it. Because no one wants to count to infinity. No one has infinite years to count to infinity. That's why our minds ignore the infinite version of the world. And our minds will always ignore that version. Even the tools we use to study the world will only study the finite version of the world, not the infinite version. Because our minds cannot comprehend infinity. We don't live long enough to understand infinity. We know it exists, but we just can't get there. We only live for 100 years. We can't create tools that can comprehend infinity. Do you know why? Those tools will work for infinite years. Infinite years, and will never stop. After we've died decades upon decades ago, the tools will still run and still not get an answer. So the tools humans create to study the world must be tools that study the finite version of the world, just like we are. Our minds can only comprehend the finite version of the world. The tools we create can also only comprehend the finite version of the world. The infinite version is not something we can comprehend because we don't live for infinite years. We only live for 100 years, max. Maybe 150 if we get lucky. We don't live that long. So what time do we have to wait infinite years to figure the world out? We won't. Even the human body is infinite. That's why scientists are always discovering new parts of the human body. You think the human body is finite. It's not. Nothing in this world is truly finite. The finite version of the world is only one aspect of life. Just like the version of the world where the earth is standing still is only one aspect of the world. The version of earth where the earth is standing still is only one aspect. The earth is always moving. If you don't leave planet earth, you will never notice that the earth is moving. You will not notice it. If you don't leave planet earth, you will never realize that the earth is small. You just won't. All you see is a massive earth. You only see one perspective, not the other. Unless a human being becomes infinite, they will never see the infinite version of the world. Because we're not infinite. We only live for 60 to 80 years. Because of that, we will only see the finite version of the world. Although we know the infinite version of the world exists, we will never be able to comprehend it. So if you're waiting for scientists to figure it all out for you, good luck. You will die and scientists will not figure it out. They won't. So do not fall for lies. Do not fall for lies that God doesn't exist. My podcast goes through many episodes that shows you, that tell you that shows you proof that God exists. But these are finite proofs. If you want scientists to figure it all out for you, they won't be able to figure it all out for you. They won't. This isn't that type of world where you can figure it all out. God created this world like a maze. You will never be able to figure it all out. Knowledge isn't the purpose of this world. You aren't tested on your knowledge in this world. God didn't create you to test you on your knowledge. He didn't. God created us to experience life. You're here to experience life, to grow and become a better person, to treat people well, to treat your family members well, and to treat humans with basic dignity and respect. Respect yourself, respect humanity, and respect God. Be grateful to God for creating this world. Be grateful to yourself for existing. Be grateful to your family members for being in your life. You just enjoy life. That's the purpose of this world, to avoid sin and enjoy life. It is that simple. Avoid sinning and enjoy life. Something that simple is all you need to do. You don't need to be a scientist and have it all figured out. You don't have to have it all figured out. You need to know that. You don't have to have it all figured out, because you can't truly have it all figured out. The only person that can truly have it all figured out already has it all figured out, and that's God. Only God is truly infinite in every sense of the word. So don't fall for lies. Don't fall for the lies of atheists. They will gaslight you and trick you into thinking that scientists will figure it all out in one day. One day they'll figure it out. That's what they tell you. Don't believe that God exists, because one day scientists will figure it out. Let's wait for scientists to figure it all out. They don't understand how this world works. They're too foolish to understand how this world works. That scientists will never be able to figure it all out. This world is infinite. Meaning, these scientists will work for the rest of their lives. They will work for trillions of years and still not have it all figured out. They could work for trillions of years on the human body alone and still not have it all figured out, because the human body is also infinite. Because both opposites must exist simultaneously as one. If something is finite, it is also infinite. One is a finite number, yet one is also infinite. And that's what you need to realize. All opposites must exist simultaneously as one. Although this world appears finite to you, it is infinite. Although the human body appears finite, it is infinite. Although you appear tall, you're also short. Although you appear to be in the past, we're also in the future. This current moment is in the future. This current moment is also in the past. The earth is in the future. The earth is also in the past. The earth is positively charged. The earth is also negatively charged. The earth is large. The earth is also small. The earth is right here. The earth is also over there. The earth is everywhere. The earth is also nowhere. The earth is moving. The earth is also not moving. The earth is massive. The earth is also completely tiny. The earth is finite. The earth is also infinite. You are finite. You are also infinite. This is a world of opposites. This is a world of duality. Something that's finite is only finite from our perspective. It is also infinite. Something that's in the past is only in the past from our perspective. It is in the future. It's in the future of something in the past, something further in the past. This current moment is in the future. From the perspective of someone in the Middle Ages, this current moment is the future. But from the perspective of someone 10 years from now, we're currently living in the past, not the future. We're living in the past. From the perspective of us finite humans, this world is finite. But from the perspective of someone that can comprehend infinity, this world is infinite, not finite. It's infinite. This is why scientists are always discovering new parts of life. They've been studying the earth for years, yet they can't figure the earth out completely. Do you know why? Because the earth only appears finite from our perspective. just like 0 and 1. It's easy to count between 0 and 1. 0, 1. That's how easy it is. But don't let that fool you. Between 0 and 1 is infinity. There are infinite numbers between 0 and 1. Likewise, don't let the finite version of the earth fool you. This earth is infinite. You will search and discover, yet you'll never be able to put the whole piece together. You'll never be able to fully understand the planet Earth. You'll always find out that the more you search, the more you find. The more you find, the more you want to search. And you just search infinitely and never get to the bottom of everything. You'll just keep searching the planet and just keep finding more things about the planet that you didn't know before. Likewise, that's how the human body is. You will search the human body. Scientists will search the human body and will never find out everything about the human body. They will just keep discovering more aspects of the human body that they didn't think was there before. Scientists have already discovered a new organ in the human body that most people didn't believe was there before. New aspects of the human body will just keep popping up over and over again. Because the human body is infinite. It only appears finite from our perspective. That's an illusion, just like the earth. The earth only appears to be standing still from our perspective, but that's an illusion. The earth is moving. Just because the earth appears to be standing still does not mean it's standing still. Just because the human body appears to be finite does not mean the human body is finite. And that's what you need to realize. Just because the world appears finite from our perspective does not mean scientists will ever be able to figure this world out. They won't. They will only understand a finite version of the world. If the finite version of the world that already proves that God exists isn't enough for you, yes, the finite version of this world already proves that God exists. It does. The law of duality itself already proves that God exists. This world is many. It is also one, just like the human body. Although the world appears separate, it is still one world. The rules of this world are unified. Gravity is a unified rule of this world. Gravity works on this side of the universe and on the opposite side of the universe. Do you know what that tells you? It tells you that the universe is one because gravity works on both sides. It is one part. It is one whole. The rules of this world are unified. The rules work everywhere because the world is one, governed by the same rules as one body. The world only appears separate from our perspective. The world is not separate. The world is one. The world only appears unintelligent from our perspective. The world is not unintelligent. The world is one. The world is intelligent and the world is one. Just like you, your body is separate. It's filled with atoms. Separate little atoms that do their own thing. Yet your body is one. And your body is intelligent. Your cells are intelligent. Your cells do their own things. Your cells are their own living organisms. They have their own lives to live. Yet all those cells come together to create you, to form you, one. All those cells in your mind, in your brain, comes together to form one mind, one human mind, one intelligent mind. Everything in this world comes together to form one God, one intelligent God that governs the world. This world itself is God. God is omnipresent. The world is omnipresent. God is all powerful. The world is all powerful. God is omniscient. Nothing can be more omniscient than the world itself. Nothing can be more omnipotent than the world itself. Nothing can be more omnipresent than the world itself. The world is God. The world is intelligent. It only appears unintelligent from your perspective. But the rules of this world are intelligent. You are intelligent. You can't be more intelligent than the world. The part can never be greater than the whole. We humans are part of the world. We humans are part of the world. We can't be separate from the world. That means if we're intelligent, by default, the world is intelligent. Because the world is us. And the world is one. One world. Just like how the human body is one body. No matter how many cells are in the human body, it is still one human body that functions as one, that thinks as one, that is governed by the same rules, just like the world. The world is governed by the same rules, the same laws of physics, the same laws of gravity, the same laws of electromagnetism, the same laws of thermodynamics. The same rules that govern this side of the world govern the opposite side of the world. It functions just like the human body. It is governed in a unified way. The rules govern everything because everything is one. It is one with the rules. It is one world, one body, one intelligent body just like the human body is. We are just like God. We are just like the world. The world is God itself because God created the world out of his own body. Because God created the world out of his own body and God is omnipresent. The world itself is God. That's what omnipresence means. When you become omnipresent, you become the world. God is the world. God is the intelligent world around you. You only believe it's not intelligent because you're not logical enough to realize that you can't be more intelligent than yourself. The world is you, and you can't be more intelligent than yourself. You need to know that. You can't be more intelligent than the world because the world is you, and you can't be more intelligent than yourself. So do not fall for lies that God doesn't exist. Do not fall for lies that the world isn't watching you, that God isn't watching you. God is watching your every move. That's what the Bible states. That's how this world works. God is watching your every move. The world itself is watching everything you do. And you get punished for sinning in this world. You get punished. If you fall for lies, if you fall for the lies that you can do whatever you want in this world and not get punished, guess what? If you behave like the fallen angels and you fall for lies, one of these days you will fall apart. One of these days you will break. That's what happens to people who fall. When you fall, you hit the ground hard and you break. Just like Humpty Dumpty. If you're someone who loves to fall for lies, the scam that God doesn't exist, the scam that you can do whatever you want, keep falling for it. But one of these days, you will break. Just like the fallen angels. Just like the fallen angels were broken, one of these days you will break. If you fall for lies like the fallen angels, if you fall for fallacies like the fallen angels, one of these days you will fall and break. One of these days you will fall apart. If you keep lying to yourself that God doesn't exist, if you keep lying to yourself that the world is not intelligent, when the world is you, you're not separate from this world. You're a part of this world. You can't be more intelligent than yourself. You just can't. This world is you, and you can never be more intelligent than yourself. Your cells can never be more intelligent than you are. They just can't, because your cells are you. Likewise, you are part of this world. You cannot be more intelligent than the world itself, because the world is you. If you keep thinking you're more intelligent than the world, that the world itself isn't capable of governing you, you're wrong. One of these days, God will punish you for your evil ways. One of these days, if you don't follow the teachings of the Bible that warns you to avoid sin, one of these days, this world will punish you. You'll be punished hard, just like the fallen angels were punished. You'll be punished just like them. Just like they fell apart, you will also fall apart. Because you fell just like they fell. And since both of you fell, one day you will fall apart. One of these days you will break, just like Humpty Dumpty. Humpty Dumpty fell and broke. One of these days, if you keep falling for the lies of atheists, if you keep falling for the lies that your sins will never get punished, one of these days, you will fall and break. One of these days, you will fall apart. Be careful of the lies of this world. Science does not disprove that God exists. Science does not disprove that God exists in any way. In fact, it does the equal and opposite. Do not be deceived by liars. Do not fall for lies like the fallen angels. Because if you fall for lies like the fallen angels, only you will break. Only you will fall apart, not the world. You are the only one that's going to pay the consequences of it. The people who tricked you into believing that God doesn't exist, they may already repented and become Christians. But you still believe them when they don't believe themselves? When you fall apart, they won't be there to help you. Nobody will be there to help you. So go back to where you belong. Go back to the Bible where you belong. That's where you belong. That's where you came from. That's where you belong. You belong with God. That's who you belong with. You belong with God. So that's it for this podcast episode. I pray for everyone's safety and understanding. Amen.